Okay, well, our first guests are a family in real life, and now they're joining our Hallmark family as well with their very first and very original film, Follow Your Heart. Please welcome Galadriel Stineman and Kevin Joy. Welcome, guys.
Welcome, guys.
Thanks for being here. I gotta say, Follow Your Heart is, it just is such a unique film. I love this. It takes us into the world of the Amish. Something that a lot of us don't really know a lot about.
Yeah.
No, it is true. And ironically, or not ironically, but amazingly, this is not your first role playing an Amish woman. So tell us about it. How did it all come about?
Well, several years ago, my manager introduced me to this amazing production team, and it just so happened that it was right after I gave birth to our youngest son, Sawyer. And I had worked, but not out of town, and so I was kind of nervous, but I loved the idea of diving into this Amish world. And so the stipulation that I made with him was that he would bring me the baby if I did the job. So about halfway through shooting, he came, brought the baby, turned out to be good advertising for him, I guess. They fell in love with him, and I think they just really liked our chemistry. So when this script came along, they thought of us and, you know, invited us to be a part of it together.
And
so,
they being the production company, right? The people who were producing the movie.
Did, yeah.
Amazing.
Family affair
Good
now.
story.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, Galadriel plays Kathy, who grew up in the Amish community. We all grew up together. And when she is an adult, she abruptly leaves the community to go pursue a career as a travel writer in a big city. And I'm Isaac Mast, who she left behind, living in the Amish community there. But she basically comes back because she has a family issue that she has to take care of. And we run into each other and kind of rekindle a relationship. And she has to decide whether there's a home for her still in the Amish community, or, you know, what her path is in life.
We have a clip of exactly what you were just talking about. Kathy comes back to town and sees Isaac for the first time, and they're starting to get reacquainted again. Take a look.
Is that Katrina Yoder with her nose in a pie?
Isaac Mast?
Wish you were here under different circumstances.
Me too.
Your father will be greatly missed.
Thank you, Isaac.
Who's she, Daddy?
Sarah, this is Katrina, the girl who used to live here a very long time ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Hi, Sarah. It's nice to meet you. And I go by Kathy now.
Oh, English.
That's pretty.
Thank you. How does it look?
Oh, that is so cute. I love little kids. But that's not the only little kid in the movie. There are also two adorable little boys in the film as well, which happen to be your sons. I love that they made it into the movie and they're playing Kathy's nephews.
Yes.
Now, do you foresee this becoming a family affair and your little boys following in their parents' footsteps?
Well, you know, the older one always kind of tries to get us to, like, quit acting. He'll be like, oh, you know, so-and-so's dad's a firefighter, wouldn't you? And we're like, you can play a firefighter.
I'll be on TV. I'll be a firefighter.
So he's always kind of trying to, like, get us to, like, grow up and get real jobs. So for him, we were just like, all right, Atticus, what's it gonna take? And he laid it out. He would do it for Nintendo Switch. So,
oh my gosh.
So that's what we did.
He knows what he wants.
That's right.
Yeah, and then Sawyer, our youngest, he was only 2 when we shot this. So we were like, is he gonna have lines? Like, we don't know. I can't make him say regular words. And so it was tricky because he wasn't supposed to know me very well in the scene. He kept wanting to run to me, and so getting him to sit was tricky.
Because, yeah, we have a dinner scene where she comes in basically to see her sister, and so he's sitting at the dinner table with her older son. So every time that she comes in the door, he's like getting up out of the chair and trying to run to her.
So naturally, we tried bribery. We were like,
the good parent move, right? Bribe the kids.
You want to eat a cookie while you sit there? And all of a sudden, he sees the monitor and he sees himself on it, and he was like, oh, I'm on TV. And I was like, do you want to be on TV? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh,
so I think we got to watch out for
Okay.
And then he sat right back down.
Yeah.
He hammed it up the whole rest of the
But
movie.
you know what? You guys are going to have this as a family on screen forever. I mean, this is going to be something you'll never, ever, you know, forget because you've got it with you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you had to really dive into these Amish characters, learn about the culture, right? And so I think there's a lot of people at home that may not know what you guys know, and there's a lot of myths as well about the Amish culture. So we've devised a little game. It's called Amish or Rubbish, if it's true or not true. So we're going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
You answer Amish or Rubbish, and then we'll tell you if you're right.
Yeah.
You ready?
And you may even win a little prize.
Yeah, there might be a prize on the line. True or false? To show that they are married, Amish men do not wear wedding rings. Instead, they grow long beards to represent that they are taken.
I'm going with true Amish on that one.
Is that agreed? Is that a
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I actually know this one.
Okay, well, you're right. True.
Yeah.
This is Amish. Amish men don't wear wedding rings. Instead, they grow their beards out as a symbol of marriage. The longer the beard, the longer the marriage. Now, do you guys have any experience with kind of going through? Because you have to grow that beard, but
I did have to grow the beard for it, yeah, which was interesting.
Well, because you got to keep in mind, it's a beard with no mustache. So there
Right.
aren't many
Right.
places you can go where that looks normal.
in fact, you were a little bit embarrassed to kind of go out sometimes. Is that the idea?
Took a few
You know,
days to
I should
kinda
probably
get into
answer
it a
that
little bit and get
question.
used to
I had to
it.
go in Subway, let's see, Walmart, the gas station until he got used to it because he was so embarrassed to go out in public. But then by the end, he just did not care. He
It
was
was-
everywhere with just like the
That's
full
fine.
beard.
I needed that warm-up period for the first couple of days to get into it, and then we were good after that.
Oh my gosh, I love that. People are probably like, that's a look. That is super hipster. I like what
right,
you're
yeah,
doing with
no,
that
yeah,
beard. Okay, here's the next one. Amish or rubbish? The Amish do not believe in using washing machines. Amish or rubbish?
Oh, well, are they plugged in, I should ask?
Well, I think all washing, well, I mean, unless it's a hand washing
I think
machine, but
it
then
has
it's not
to
a
be.
machine. It's
Okay, then I'm going to say, wait.
They don't believe
They
it.
don't.
believe in using washing machines.
They don't believe in using washing
Okay,
machines.
so you're
that
saying
plug
Amish.
in.
Amish.
Amish.
Is it Amish? False. I was shocked as well. I have to be Amish with you. This is rubbish. Apparently, 97% of Amish people use washing machines, whereas only 40% use refrigerators. So what did you guys learn about the Amish's use of electricity while you were doing this?
I didn't know it was that
Well,
high.
I learned that it varies wildly, which I
Okay.
think is why it's reflected in there. And that's why I was like, I saw a lot of those like hand cranking washing machines.
Sure.
So I don't know. I might consult the judges on that one.
Okay.
But we found out though, at least the first time I played Amish, there were a lot of actual Amish people around. The animal handler was formerly Amish, so I could ask all these questions. And it varied. A lot of them would use electricity, and it just wasn't something to like brag about or advertise. And so if they hosted church on Sunday, all the families take turns hosting in their homes. They just put it all away and
Oh, they'd
Phones
unplug
away, all the
everything?
electronics away.
Oh my goodness, let's hope
Yeah.
no one has Alexa, or no one's name is Alexa.
That's right.
so I think it depends on the family.
If anyone's
and
name
the,
Alexa in there, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
know.
That's the interesting thing is each church, they have an ordnung, what it's called for each community. So each one sets their own standards. So some communities might say, hey, you can use X and X electronics, and some might say you can't do that.
Okay.
Oh, I
It's very kind
see.
of specific based on the.
Yeah, things change, and as times change. for
2020.
sure.
And maybe how
2020.
strict they are?
Right,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, thank
Well,
you very much.
I
This
think-
has been insightful. We learned
Yes,
a lot.
you've done a fantastic job, and because of it, we would like you to continue in your Amish studies and making more
wow.
movies.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Awesome.
Got some
Love
books.
this word search.
You got some word search. You're gonna
These were
be-
things?
These are things.
Wow,
That's
look
awesome.
at that.
Congrats,
words-
guys. Everybody
Thank
at
you
home,
much.
Follow Your Heart premieres Sunday, October 4th at 9 p.m., 8 Central on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. Enjoy it.
How fun is that? And there are little pencils in there as well. I love it. Thank you for joining us, everybody.